What I've just posted is an excerpt that was deleted from the film Alien. Oh, when was that? 78, I think? Late 70s, early 80s. And our favorite, Sigourney Weaver, of course, is the survivor, the sole survivor of this film. And as you know, she goes on to have many more adventures, if you want to call it that, with the xenomorph alien and the whole corruption with the company, and that's very intriguing stuff. But, you know, art and this expression of corporate America and even things that go on in school systems, businesses, other workplaces, it's pretty much what happens. It's all corrupt somewhere, somehow. It's not perfect. What I find interesting is what I found out and what I see in this particular scene. I think there's a myriad of things that can remind us of something. To me, that entire wall, because what it is she's on the floor, standing, and then up higher along the whole perimeter of the wall is the xenomorph secretion and essentially cocoons that embody these human beings. And these cocoons hold, it's like soldering. Instead of having it be metal on metal, it's like organic substance on organic substance, holding them against the wall. And it's like, to me, a rack. You know, there are gun racks, there are trophy racks, award racks, there are so many different kinds of racks, costume racks. To me, this is a trophy rack. And not necessarily of, hey, this is a good thing, and these are my accomplishments. It's flipped around to be the enemy and the bad guy's accomplishments. See how a trophy rack can be good or bad either way? Okay, bear with me. So we have a trophy rack of people all along the wall. Kind of creepy. Beautiful in its own way, because if you look at Geiger's artistry, he created the xenomorph and all the intricacies about how it was shaped. It's very beautiful, but it's evil. You know, evil can be beautiful, but not really, because can evil really be beautiful? Because I look at the shapes have an aesthetic that's appealing, but it's so macabre, but yeah, it's beautiful. But because of the underlying statement, I don't know if beauty is the right word to use for it. You know, I don't know if evil deserves that word, beauty, to describe it. But I think you know what I'm trying to say. So we have the symbolism there, but all along that wall are human beings that were used, facilitated as hosts. Those who don't understand the Alien film or have never seen it, I find that hard to believe, but there are people, and I get it, it's very dark and grim. It's kind of scary. I have a hard time watching it now. But the whole thing about the xenomorph is they would find human bodies to act as hosts, to impregnate the human being with more offspring. It's sick and demented. And you give birth by having this thing sprout out from your chest, bursts open. Very painful way to go, granted, and pretty dark, twisted, but you know, it was a great film. So now this trophy rack, let's drive it home. Sure, this is a sci-fi movie, but don't you understand? What do we do to one another when we are trying to climb the ladder of success? Well, we can do it honorably, meaning we don't tear people down. We just work in collaborative efforts and we help one another within reason. I mean, you don't want to sign away everything that you pay for and you work so hard for, but, you know, within reason. At least try not to purposely destroy people. You know, that's kind of uncool. So if you have this trophy rack and you have people who are climbing the ladder, you also have people who are willing to sell their souls in the process. My asking price is this. Let's just say your asking price is throwing somebody under the bus, meaning you'll lie about them, you'll cheat, steal whatever against this one person. And then you'll go to somebody who is an authority over both you and that other person. One of the tactics to win is to be honorable and just work hard and, don't compete against the other person. You just do your own thing, mind your own business, and you work hard. Another way, people who don't have skill, who don't have security within themselves, they will start to strawman this person, lie about this other person, because they see that person as competition and a threat. And a lot of times, more often than not, that person will be gotten rid of. Oops, I almost flipped everybody off. Sorry. Let's use this finger. I'm not giving anybody the bird. That was an accident. So you knock off this person, and then the disrespectful person and the one without integrity still stands, because the person in authority is charmed, or maybe they're like that too. You have to have a really good leader to see through the BS, saying, I saw what you just did. I'm not going to tolerate it. I've had people in my own dance company pull that with me, or try to. I'm like, I caught you. No, I'm about being reputable. I'm about, don't try to pull a fast one on me either. I mean, people play these games, even within my own company. I'm not saying the dancers I have now. This is a while back. So, you have to be very savvy. I don't want people kissing my rear end, and if people start playing these games with other people, I step in and I call them right out on the spot. I say, that's not going to work. No, don't do that. And I document everything, and it goes to my board. So I want to have a reputation of being integral. Some people don't want to have that reputation, and they think they can get further quicker by doing it that way. No, you won't. You might shoot up, but you know what? Somebody's not going to tolerate that crap and shoot you down. So what happens is we have the people who are not integral who become part of this trophy rack on the wall when they sell their souls. The person who just sold out this one person doesn't realize they're climbing up a ladder. Oh yeah, but they're putting themselves up on that trophy wall. When you do something that is evil and not integral, that is what you're doing. You're selling your soul out, and you're going to get caught. It might take you a little while, but you're going to come up against somebody who's not going to tolerate that stuff. Or you might come up against somebody who really wants to stay number one, and they're not integral at all, and they will cut that other person down. So you get to a point when you're climbing that ladder where you either get tired of treating people that way, or people are playing the game better than you, and you're screwed. So what do you do? Well, the thing is, what is your salvation at that point? In the Alien films, it was Ripley killing everybody, which is sad. Putting them out of their misery. They were already dying, and she didn't want to see them tortured. Did you see her face? She was so upset. She didn't want to do that. It was a beautiful scene. They had to cut it out because it was too long, but what a beautiful arc that her character had there, and what a beautiful insight and depth that was brought to Ripley. And it showed her femininity, and it showed her strength, and it showed her courage, and it showed her conflict. It was just so beautiful. It was only 4 minutes, but 4 minutes can really slow down the pace of a film. So I get why they cut it out. We've had to make decisions like that before too. And you just put it on the DVD extended scenes, and at least it's still preserved, because it's still your artistry, right? So now we have this wall with all these people that are lined up and cocooned, and they will meet their demise and their end. But do you see, every time you give somebody something that is evil, you end up on their wall, cocooned, destined for horrible things to happen. Never sell yourself out like that, ever. If people are doing good, helping them, that's a different story. You know, that's a good trophy rack. And you're not going to be lined up there getting ready to be disintegrated piece by piece with a very painful death or ending like these characters had. You're going to be up on a trophy wall on the mantle to hold and facilitate glory and honor and love and peace, and not decrepitness and evil deeds and lying and cheating and stealing. So you have two trophy racks, one that glorifies and one that destroys. It's best to choose the one that glorifies because it lifts up the entire wall and makes the other trophy look more beautiful. The one that's filled with decay and demise brings everything down. Evil begets evil, good begets good, and when the two conflict like so, good will always win. It might not win that moment. There might be several skirmishes or battles in order to win the war, but it will win ultimately. There is justice, always justice. It brings everything back to center. Some people just give in and say, you know what, I'm no good, this is just me, I'm here. And I have to say, do you realize what you're saying? You're resigning to the fact that you think you're evil and bad and you deserve to be on this wall, this trophy rack for evil. No. A pure, repentant, beautiful heart will get you off of that evil trophy rack and bring you immediately here. There's a chasm between the two, and it's grace. It's grace between this wall, which is evil, and this wall is good. There's a chasm, and you walk along the chasm, and it's grace. It's covered for you. It is the only way. Grace. That is how we get saved. And then once you're here, in this trophy rack, there's never going back. You are always eternally here. So, you can apply this whole thing that I said on a spiritual level, on a physical level, metaphoric level. You can apply it to business structures. You can apply it to pretty much anything. Anything you want. It's a section, an excerpt from one of my books. Copywritten. I have to clarify that because all of a sudden people say, oh, I like that. Let me take that and steal from her. I have people stealing my ideas all the time and my actual words and things from things that are published. So it's hilarious when I get to get an attorney, write them a letter and say, excuse me. So, you know, don't do it. I will nab you on that because I worked hard for this. God entrusted me with this, not you. Okay? If he has something to say to you, he's going to say it to you, and it's not going to reflect me. It's going to reflect you. Yeah, I have a teacher who actually thinks that she came up with certain stories. It's like, you're repeating a story from my life and trying to act like it's yours. A little crazy. This person already put themselves up on this trophy rack. They need to walk the line of grace. They don't deserve this trophy rack. They deserve this one. The one of goodness and light and peace and patience and love and respect, truth, honesty. This one will only lead to demise. And that is the thing about the law of nature, because evil begets evil and good begets good. What happens on the side of evil? You have all these people who are on this side, they're still tearing each other down, even while they're dying. They want to survive. They want to live. They don't want to be disintegrated even though they know that they're going to be. These people here, they have life, and they will live, and they help lift each other up, and they grow, and they grow, and they grow, and the light gets bigger. And here, there is no light. It just gets darker and darker and darker because it's void of any goodness. I mean, why do you think that goodness is always affiliated with things that are light? And evil is always affiliated with things of darkness. Can you think of anything about the trophy rack? Because you also had some insights. Ow!
Careful. I think you covered a lot.
Yeah, it's a pretty big.
Yeah, I don't think I can necessarily think of anything right now. It's a lot.
Did I cover it pretty well?
Yeah.
Did it make sense?
Uh-huh.
Oh. The injury that keeps on giving. It's improved, much improved on other days, but it's not today. Sorry, guys. It's just the reality of being a dancer who is injured. Anyhow, but do you understand what I'm saying? I hope so. I don't want to say enjoy the clip because of how I present my ideas that I got from it. But do enjoy the clip too, is there's so much beauty in it that you can find. Look at Ripley's character, the nobility in it. There's a love relationship between her and Dallas. Dallas is the captain. And isn't that Tom Skerritt? I forget. Ow! Just really hurts sometimes. So, take what you can from it, but find beauty in it. I found some beauty in it. There's also some horror in it. And that's the way it's going to be in this world until this world passes, right? Yeah, if you have any questions about why and how I came up with this, or if you want to buy my book, I'm going to have it reissued probably next year or the year after, soon. I just think a new generation of people can get a lot from it. So, if I think of anything else, we'll make another video. But that's all. Okay, thanks, bye.